Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is a new month, so we got new numbers in our new Calgary Market update. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive, taking a look at all the numbers and what it means for the Calgary Real Estate Market. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Hey, it's Nathaniel Terryberry with the Terryberry Real Estate Group. So like I said, we got some new numbers to take a look at today. Lots of people are asking what's going on in the market. Just saw a study recently done that said 41% of Canadians that had plans on buying a home or selling are now putting their plans on hold. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. So I just wanted to take a look over some of the numbers, what that means for currently where we are at and where we're going to be headed. Now, if you don't like waiting around every month for a market update, please see in the description, we have a little sign up button for our Calgary weekly newsletter. We send it out once a week on Fridays, gives you a quick update, what's happening in the market, what's going on, keeps you updated. Calgary, it definitely changes a lot. It can change week to week with how many showings are happening or what the average sales price is, all that. So click the link below. You can sign up just once a week. You get an email from us and just keeps you updated what's going on within Calgary. Now, the first thing that I like to look at is inventory and sales. This is what has been driving everything from the beginning of the year. So we had very, very low inventory at the beginning of the year, really high sales, and that is what drove the prices up, not just here in Calgary, but all across Canada and North America. But let's jump in here, take a look at 2022 inventory versus sales. You can see inventory is in green, the top line, and sales in red, the bottom line. And we are looking at the September numbers. So in September, we saw just over 1,900 sales, 1,901, and that is an 11.9% decrease versus the same time last year. This is kind of what was making the headlines at the beginning of the month in the Calgary Herald and all the other news outlets, that Calgary sales are down 12%. To me, this comes as no surprise. We're seeing a lot higher prices than we saw last September, and the interest rate is also a lot higher than we saw in September of 2021 as well. So comes as no shock, but it is a little bit of that fear mongering and people thinking, oh no, everything's slowing down. So take a deep breath. The prices are way higher this year, and the interest rates as well have been putting a big damper onto actual sales numbers. Now, when we take a look at inventory, because sales and inventory are so closely related in what they do, it's supply and demand. When the inventory is low and the demand is up, then the prices shoot up. So currently, inventory, we are down. This is getting low to our lowest point of the year here. So we're at 4,453 units in September. This is a 20% decrease versus last year. So still really struggling in the Calgary market with low inventory. This has been a trend throughout the year. This is what drove prices in the beginning. And this is kind of one little factor that is keeping our prices where they are currently, but we'll get to that later in this video. So the next thing I want to look at is the actual sales categories, what property types are selling within Calgary, because that has slightly changed throughout the year. Now we take a look here. Detached homes sales are down 23%, while apartment sales are up 23%. And then townhomes, slight number, but they are still up 3% versus last year. So you're kind of asking, well, what does this mean? Well, the reason that detached homes are selling, there's less of them selling than earlier in the year and then last year, is because the price of them has gone up. So instead of it being a $400,000 detached home, then maybe it's $475,000, $500,000 now. And people are getting priced out. That's a bad example. Those are more cost-effective detached homes. But if you're looking at $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, there's not as many people that are wanting to buy that, especially with the interest rates where they're at right now. There's still a lot of uncertainty of where they are going to go, but people are looking for a more affordable option, and that is why we're seeing apartments and townhomes increase their sales numbers as people either come in from out of province or people are trying to get into the market and they're just looking for that more affordable property type. Next up is benchmark price. Everybody wants to know what's going on with the prices, where are they going? If you're one of the people that has been saying, oh, I'm going to wait around until the prices return to normal 2020 or 2021 levels, you unfortunately are going to be waiting a while. So when we take a look now at our benchmark price for 2022 in September, we're sitting at $527,400. This is the lowest we've seen since about January, February. However, no worries there because we're still up 10.73% versus last year. Big gains, especially for the Calgary market. And when we take a look at the actual price, 2021, $476,300. That was the benchmark price last year. That is a big monetary gain that we have seen just in the last 12 months here in Calgary. So benchmark price, it looks good. It has fallen slightly. I said this in a few videos ago that we would probably see the prices start to slide a little bit. However, when we take a look at this ATB chart here showing provincial net migration, Alberta is currently seeing the highest migration that is seen since 2014. So Basically, when we're taking a look at the prices and the outlook for Calgary, it is there enough demand in the market? Yes, because we are seeing a lot of people coming from BC and Ontario where they're priced out. The average home price in Toronto is about 1.3. Now, here in Calgary, if we're looking at a benchmark price of 527,000, that is a massive difference. So when we're looking at that, it looks like demand, we're all good for. You got lots of people moving into the province, lots of people looking to buy here because the real estate is so affordable. Now, inventory has stayed low and down on last year throughout this entire of 2022. So for inventory, we don't have an oversupply of homes and we're not massively undersupplied either. So currently, when we're looking at the big picture, it looks like Alberta and Calgary in specific still have a very positive outlook. I don't see prices going too far into the ground. I think there's a lot of fear going around in the market right now about what's going to happen. Now, if the interest rates continue to go crazy or there is just the biggest recession we have ever seen, then this will change. But as of right now, we have lots of people moving here, lots of people looking to buy, not a ton of homes on the market, but a healthy amount. So we're looking very good for the outlook of Calgary at the moment, and I don't see prices slipping away into the abyss anytime soon. And that is it for our Calgary market update. I will not go into every single number, otherwise this will be a 3-hour presentation and not just a quick market update video. So if you do have any questions, please feel free. There's a schedule a call button down below. You can ask us anything you'd like, and I've also left a link so that you can download the entire Calgary market report. Maybe there's some stats that you're looking for in particular, so you can have a read through that. It's fairly simple to read, but again, if you do have any questions, feel free to schedule a call with us. Once again, make sure you sign up for that Calgary Market Update email. It's just once a week, keeps you in the know with everything going on in Calgary. And since I'm doing this whole spiel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with everything happening in the Calgary real estate market. Until next time, I'm Nathaniel Terryberry. We'll see you then.